This is KJZZ's Morning Edition. I'm Dennis Lambert. Avelino Avalos played the guitar and sang in different bands in Safford, Arizona over the span of 4 decades. He died of a heart attack in 1985. This Saturday, former bandmates will return to southeastern Arizona to remember the family man and musician. KJZZ's Paul Atkinson reports.
The music is of an era that has long since disappeared in the mining and agricultural towns of rural Arizona. During the week, miners and migrant workers would labor, harvesting copper and cotton. On weekends, they would go see bands play corridos and rancheras, Mexican songs that told tales of heroism, hardship, and heartache. Avelino Avalos experienced all three. Called to service in the military, he was discharged with a debilitating hip injury that left few employment options. But the Safford native could play the guitar and sing.
My first memories of my dad, he would be tuning up his guitar, just doing the things that band members usually do by getting his instruments together, getting them ready to leave that night.
Oh yeah, yo te idolatro.
Frances Avalos grew up in awe of her father. She's writing a book about his life as a musician and has interviewed members of the various bands he played in over the years, including Charlie Hemphill. A photo from 1969 shows Hemphill on bass guitar, his brother Bill playing lead guitar, Brooks Nuttall on drums, and Avelino Avalos strumming his green Gretsch guitar.
It was very, very beneficial to have Avelino in the band because he could sing the Spanish tunes and play the Spanish music and the requests that we had there. So I guess we were a good mixture, I think, in terms of being able to play in the area.
Hemphill says the Lucky Four, as the group was called, had no problem getting gigs in Safford and beyond.
Well, I think it was the thing to do on weekends, and people would go and dance, and I think it was back in an era where people knew how to dance and were very comfortable getting together, and this was an excellent form of entertainment.
Avelino Avalos got by playing his guitar and singing in local bands. Like many musicians, he aspired to a bigger stage and almost got a shot. His daughter tells the story of what happened when on tour with other local bands in Buffalo, New York in the summer of 1965.
When they were there, my dad's band had a great opportunity in auditioning for the Johnny Carson show. And they were actually going to do that. However, one of the band members got cold feet, and so they all chose not to do it.
Frances Avalos says her father was disappointed about not getting a chance to perform on live TV, but he shrugged it off. He could not do the same with a question from his inquisitive child.
And I asked him as a little girl, "Dad, you're so great in what you do. Why aren't you like Elvis?" And he took a while to answer me, but when he did, I just regretted asking him because he couldn't speak, from the question I asked was really traumatic to him, I guess, and it surprised him, and he got tears in his eyes.
What Avelino Avalos could not tell his daughter is that he chose family over seeking fame and fortune. With 11 kids to raise, Avalos felt he had no other choice. Charlie Hemphill.
Oftentimes in the small towns you do have some mega talented people, and that's where he chose to stay, and that's where he chose to play his music, raise his family.
Avalos supported his family and community playing music. On May 20th, 1985, he played at the wake of a friend's daughter and came home exhausted from the volunteer gig. He died later that night.
Music was everything to my dad. It's how he lived. We couldn't separate that from him. If Mother would have tried, it never would have happened. It wouldn't have been successful for her. He lived with music. He died that way.
Those who played music with Avelino Avalos will get together Saturday night for a jam session at the Elks Lodge in Safford. The event will raise money for his son Joey, who is undergoing treatment for colon cancer. Former band member Charlie Hemphill plans to be there.
I enjoyed playing music with him, and I'm looking forward to this.
For KJZZ, I'm Paul Atkinson.